Welcome everyone to a casted game of Age of Empires 4! And today spawning in the northwest corner of the map playing in green. We've got Aussie Drongo playing as Zushi's Legacy. And his opponent in the southeast playing in pink. We've got Kenoki playing as the Japanese. Welcome everyone to Try Arabia and the new Sultan's Ascent DLC. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. New civilizations, new factions, new game mechanics. New strategies, lots to unpack, lots to discover, lots to discuss, and we'll do it together. Starting off with the Japanese here in the southeast, you can see a very unique structure. It's a blacksmith almost, but not quite. It acts as a mining camp as well. The Forge is a unique building for the Japanese. Also housing a unique upgrade, Tatara. Melee damage technology 1 out of 4. It can be researched in the Dark Age. Something very different. Of course, you can get 4 melee attack damage added on for the Japanese. Costing you 75 gold and 25 stone, however. Might be wondering, well, who gathers stone in the Dark Age? Well, I'll tell you who. The Japanese do, without even going to a stone mine. You might be wondering how. Well, we'll take a closer look very soon, but these villagers, when they drop off gold, they actually collect some stone as well. So if for every 10 gold dropped off, they get you an additional 2 stone. So really nice mechanic. Will help you get the extra town center. You just see that +2 there. And lots of upgrades too. Just on the other side of the town centre, we have a nice house there, built a little bit further away. You might be wondering, why is it on the berries? Like, why would you do that? It's because it's not any old house, ladies and gents. It's a farmhouse. Something I'd love to live in. Housing some upgrades that are unique to the Japanese, but more importantly, actually acts as a drop-off point for food. So you can farm around it. You can put it on the berries, like just is the case there for Kenoki. Really interesting. Opening over for the Japanese. We've already uncovered a lot of unique things, and speaking about unique things, Zushi's Legacy, now they're in the Tang Dynasty. There's lots of kind of similarities, obviously, with the Chinese because it's a sub-faction, but the Tang Dynasty for Zushi's Legacy actually gives you something a bit different. The Tang Dynasty gives Zushi's Legacy a 15% discount on their landmarks. So we take a look at this. You can go to the feudal age with 340 food and 170 gold. It really scales quite well if you think about Castle Age landmarks being 15% cheaper, and Imperial Age ones too. Speaking about landmarks though, it's going to go up with the Meditation Gardens landmark here, Aussie Drongo. It's a passive landmark, generates resources depending on the type of resources nearby. And of course, the more resources you get nearby, the more resources you get. But the thing is, if the piece is disturbed from your opponent, you get less resources. So you just have to be a bit aggressive if you're going to go up against this. Now, he will be getting stone, wood, and food from this. It's a nice bit of passive resource generation for Zushi's Legacy. On the other side of things, though, the Japanese are going to go up with the Kura Storehouse. It's a really unique landmark. A really nice one. It's going to get farms around it for free. And it seeds every 45 seconds. But what's really good is about how it's being built. It's being built around the town centre. You might be wondering, why is that so significant? It's because the town centre for the Japanese actually gets some unique upgrades. You see the Daimyo Manor. And if you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see for each level, you can increase... Basically, you can tech up your town centre, upgrade it. You have to spend quite a bit of stone to do so, but it gives you a lot of advantages. If you look at the last upgrade, the Shogunate Castle upgrade, it's kind of expensive, obviously, but you are gathering stone passively in some ways by gathering gold. But it gives you a 75% additional farming bonus, so it's kind of crazy when you think about that. So increasing that farming rate is super nice for the Japanese once you get those upgrades. And you can really kind of rely on one town setup for the Japanese, I feel, because of that. We'll see how this gets played. Going to be getting another farmhouse and a stable opening here for Kenoki. On the other side of things, though, Zushi's Legacy, they're going to go up with a Jiangnam Tower. Now, this is going to be a secondary feudal age landmark to unlock the Song Dynasty. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that, because now he's just lost that 15% discount, right, for the Castle Age. And I don't think this is really a landmark that gives him all that much. I don't know, it's an interesting one. It acts as a tax drop-off, and it does have the advantage. You get a free unit for sort of production buildings built and new town centres. But the great thing about Zushi's Legacy is you don't need the dynasties to unlock their dynasty-specific units. So you could factor in Xiongnu. You can get Xiongnu in the feudal age without having Song Dynasty. So it's kind of impressive, right? Also, you can get the early Palace Guard. It's a unique unit for Zushi's Legacy. Sorry, I'm going to have to get used to the names, of course. But I believe it's pronounced Zushi's Legacy. Hopefully I'll get better at doing that. And then there's the archery range. So you're going to be opening up with maybe some Chukunu. That could be a nice unit for Drongo. We know how much he loves them. If you guys remember his Christmas story, Christmas song rather, Christmas special. It's quite a banger, quite an epic one. Would highly recommend it. I used to listen to it quite regularly around the festive times. There's the first Chukunu out. And obviously pretty passive opening at the moment, but it looks like it's going to be heavily in the feudalage. This fight with the horsemen. It's a nice opening for Kenoki. He'll do well against the Chukunu with those horsemen. It looks like he's going to be supervising Aussie Drongo. Okay, well, he's going to go for a Chukunu rush. You can see it, you can smell it, you can taste it. Going to be getting a village as well, unlocked by the Tang Dynasty. Now, actually, I want to check something. Do you lose the bonuses for the Tang Dynasty? I want to actually double check that. Let's double check it by clicking on a villager. Yeah, you do lose it, I'm afraid. So the castle age is going back up to 1,200 food, 600 gold. In any case, I hope you guys have been enjoying the casted content on the channel recently, and if you do find value, if you've been enjoying it, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because of course, I'll be releasing a lot more content. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well, so that you get, a little notification when I do upload. I'm going to be uploading really frequently, by the way, guys, for the next week or two at least. Maybe 2 to 3 casted games a day, because of course there's lots of content, lots of new things. I'm enjoying every single minute of it, and hopefully you guys can enjoy it with me. Can't wait for it. I might even start doing some live streams. Who knows? We shall see. Let me know in the comment section below, by the way, if you guys would actually like to see live streams. I might do a poll or something in the community tab, just to find out how popular it will be. A couple of horsemen just chilling out outside Drongo's base. Heading forward now with a scout, getting that extra vision. And we're getting the Takizaiku, I should say. Increasing the carry capacity of villagers. Getting it from the farmhouse. Just trying to see what he can find here. You've got to love the units and how they're looking, right? Look at the units and how they're skinned. Absolutely beautiful. Sheep tagging along as well. Very loyal sheep there. Gonna get a blacksmith. Now, this is where Chukunu get very dangerous when they get steeled arrow. Can really pack a punch on the burst damage from the Chukunu. Pretty standoffish though. Drongo wants a heavy mass to go forward with. And you know what? I think I might just do a build order for this. A Chukunu rush for the Chinese, or the Jushu's legacy rather, I should say. And yeah, I mean, there's lots of more build order permutations to think about. I'll be doing a lot of build order guides. If you actually play Age of Empires 4 and want to have a look at those, it's worth checking out. Hopefully be looking to get an Abbasid dynasty. Well, I need to get used to saying this, because it's actually a sub-faction, the Ayyubids. A 2-town center build for them. It's super, super fast. It's such a good one. I'll be casting a lot of games with that faction as well, so you will all get to know them very well. A nice upgrade coming in for Kenoki. Iron Undermesh, definitely going to need that, and it's going to get double Brawn Axe as well. You can see here, building the Kura storehouse. So the farms around this, between the Kura storehouse and the Daimyo Manor, because he's upgraded it now. As you can see, we'll be getting that, I think it was 15% additional there for the first level. Just double check that actually, see what it is. It's actually in fact 25%. Nice, very, very nice indeed. Going to be getting some archers of his own here, Kenoki, maybe to snipe off any sort of spearmen that might be popping out. But the trouble is, there's no spearmen on hand. It's really just Chukunu. The thing is, these guys do burst damage. Not enough to one-shot horsemen. Enough to two-shot, though. As they head across the map now. Drongo smells blood. I'm so happy to have caught Drongo playing Age of Empires 4 as well, right, guys? Because obviously he's a phenomenal caster in Age of Empires 4. Now we've got him playing as well. You love to see it. He's heading across the map in the middle. Making his way across. He's got to be careful, right? Because there's a lot of horsemen here for Kenoki. So if he can get a good wraparound, he might be able to take a good engagement. He's also going to have defender's advantage. Now, in terms of archers, actually, I should say, for the Japanese, they're a little bit different. We've got the Yumi Ashigaru. They're cheaper, but they are a bit more squishy. So just bear that in mind as well. 60 health on these guys. Going to engage. And he does have a bannerman as well. So that's really important to look at that. Bannerman. We'll take a look at that in just a moment because it's a big fight here. The horsemen are going to dive in on the Chukunu, trying to get as many of the kills as they can. The Ashigaru on the back line, getting sniped with a couple of Chukunus that kind of overstepped the mark a little bit, but there's still a massive critical mass of those Chukunus. Got to head back here, Kenoki, for now. The Bannerman is a mounted samurai with an aura that increases damage of cavalry, and it also comes with a deflective armor ability that periodically blocks attacks. So it's really critical to get these on the field to protect your, or at least help out the horsemen. See another massive engagement here. The Chukunu are going to take a lot of the numbers down. couple of the horsemen going to back off, but how much will they be able to take out? We're going to focus on the Uma Bannerman. I think the Ashigara, the backline, dishing out a lot of damage. It's really helping. Good front line there for the horsemen. Aussie Drongo continues to trickle in a couple of those Chukunu, though. It's looking good. I think the Ashigara should come out on top, but not enough to one-shot a Chukunu. That could be problems, but he does have a couple more horsemen heading in. Chukunu are going to have to back off now. Going to try and... Yeah, I mean, these are good. These are really good, actually. The Uma Ashigaru... Sorry, the Uma Bannerman has done so much work there. You can see the white bar on top of it is the little shield that it gets. Deflective armor. Kenoki, nice farming transition. Good economy. Both players pretty much equal in terms of that. But you can see, look at that constant stream of Chukunu. I think Drongo might have to head back and just wait for another critical mass, right? Doesn't want to waste these units. Oh, he must have just built another archery range. Yeah, that's 4 archery ranges, guys. Holy moly. I would love to see the melee damage, the melee armor rather, coming in for Drongo, just to help those Chukunu a little bit against the horsemen. But I genuinely think that Bannerman did a lot of work there. Looking very good. Increases that damage by 15%. It's quite cool though that even though if it dies, even if your opponent snipes it, you can still have that effect for 30 seconds after. There's a deflective armor, which does recharge out of combat. There's the bonus coming in there. What's kind of interesting is that it does actually attack himself as well, which is pretty cool, right? It's not just like a support unit. It can actually dish out some damage. It's kind of cool, actually, when you think about it. You can only build a certain number of Bannermen, though, so you can't just go unlimited on those. All right, well, Drongo preparing for a ram rush. Holy moly, I don't think he has that many units. Like, okay, he's getting rams, which is fine, but he's kind of being countered by the horsemen, especially because they continue to come out here for the Japanese. Double stable production of a kenoki could be okay at dealing with this, actually. Let's take a look at that. So the cost for the Yumi Ashigaru, 30 food and 35 wood. When you focus on that and just think about how much an archer costs, it's actually about 50 wood as a cost. Everything else seems to be the same. Unfortunately, Yushi's Legacy don't actually get archers themselves. The Chinese do. Horseman going around. He might be able to go around and pick off reinforcements. He's going to have to head back. Thought about going forward himself, but here come the rams. And the good thing for Drongo is that, well, Chikanoki's military was kind of out of position for a little while. But they are cavalry, so they'll get in position quickly. We'll lose a stable, which is not ideal. We want to have that production, right? Need to make more production. He does cut off the reinforcements and also the retreat capabilities for Aussie Drongo. So he takes the fight here, Kenoki. Gonna dive in with the horseman. Should dish out damage. Should be able to win this fight, I think, especially with the Uma Bannerman. The Chukunu trying to micro them as much as he can here, Aussie Drongo. Should get a decent micro on this. But the Ashigaru on the back lines, they're picking them apart, especially with the defender's advantage coming out. Villagers coming out to take out the rams as they are left unguarded. Now all of a sudden, Kenoki seems okay. He's going to take out a lot of this army. Chukunu, though, they are trading well. But I think he might be caught now. Looks like he should have enough to one-shot. And the Ashigaru, they're very fast. There's no way that Drongo can get out of this, really. Lost a lot of rams. I think that was a big disappointment, losing the rams. Like, he took out 2 production buildings, and he took a house, maybe. A farmhouse, but not much more than that. And loses his whole military. Now, all of a sudden, Drongo has to head back home. Behind all of this, guess what? Kenoki with the Japanese going up to the castle age with a floating gate, religious landmark. Unlocks a Shinto priest and places a Yorishiro in buildings for special enhancements. Yorishiro, they come out as like little boxes and they respawn at the landmark every 4 minutes. You'll see them here. They spawn out here. It's pretty cool, actually. They do enhance quite a bit. In fact, we're going to have a check on actually what they do for the enhancements. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. We'll find out soon enough. Hopefully, if I remember. That's the big thing. Now, back of this, Drongo might need to think about going to the castle age himself. He's not aware of his opponent going to the castle age just yet. Could be getting another, a barracks. Maybe to get some spearmen against the horsemen, right? A couple of spearmen would actually really help him out. But there's that new age. There's that castle age coming in for the Japanese. See, there it is. There's the floating gate. And there is the Yorishiro. Alright, well, there we are. Looks like it's going to need a couple of Shinto priests, though, to gather that. Looks like that's what's coming in now next. There we are, there's the Shinto Shrine. Unique building, of course, for the Japanese. Looks like it's out on deer on the north. Yeah, he's going out for the deer. And I quite love this little mechanic that the farmhouse gives you population space, 10 population space, but also acts as a drop-off, right? It's kind of nice there. Saves you a bit of wood. The Japanese. Gonna be getting that daimyo palace. Gonna be increasing the harvest rate on the farms by 50%. It's kind of really strong, actually, especially because it's got the farms for free, effectively, from the tech up. There it is. Came into play just then. Drongo on the back of this. He should be going to the castle age soon. He's got the resources coming in. Let's actually go for the income per minute now. The food is so strong. Look at Kenoki's food. That's actually going to increase now because of their daimyo palace upgrade on that town centre. It's kind of bonkers when you think about it. And when you've got 26 villages versus 32, and Drongo's only at... actually, they're pretty equal, actually, now, the income, to be fair. Drongo has a good number of villages more, about a good 6 villages, rather. A good 6 villages more on food, but only matching the food income. Okay, he's going to go up with the Shaolin Monastery here, Drongo. There it is. Religious landmark for the Jushi's legacy. It's a monastery capable of producing Shaolin monks. Okay, well, looks like he's taking the package there, actually. The Yorishiro. I'm not sure where he deposited it, though. In any case, he's picked up a first relic at the Shinto Shrine. Okay, Drongo gets to that castle age. Most likely going to be getting that veterancy upgrades instantaneously, really. Or queuing it up, at least. Should be able to supervise it with the Imperial Official. Kenoki, just biding his time for now. Has good upgrades. Has got the second armor upgrade, wedge rivets. Angled surfaces in the Imperial Age, of course. Oh, taking the engagement now on that wood line. Good number of spearmen, though. Mounted samurai coming out for the Japanese. They look very nice. Has to back off for now, though. Doesn't want to take the engagement in that choke point. Wants to get a good wrap around on the horseman. Doesn't want to get taken out by the spearman with that choke point. It's a nice position to fight from for Drongo. And Kenoki's not having any of it. Does not want to get involved in that. Don't blame him. Back at home. A really nice farming transition for Drongo. Surrounding the granary. He's getting a second town centre as well, just to increase that villager count. And that's actually going to be quite nice for him, especially if this goes super late game. He should really start to mount and villager leads. It's already got a decent number. Another relic being brought in for the Japanese. Just about to get another Yorishiro. I want to kind of keep an eye on that if we can to see actually what this thing does. Because the tooltips don't actually tell you all that much. Oh, there it is. It's spawned, and maybe Kenoki might be going in that position now to pick it up. There he is. He's picking it up. Well, at least I thought he was. Come on, Kenoki. You can do it. Pick it up. It's going to be walling up as well, just to protect the deer. There's not that many left, to be fair, but it would protect that stone mine as well, which is a decent amount of stone in that pit, of course. Drongo really starting to build up a large mass of units. Maybe they might go to the Imperial Age, potentially. Well, I'll tell you who is going to the Imperial Age. It will be the Japanese. It's going to go up with the Tanegashima gunship. A very nice military landmark. This is a really cool landmark, by the way, guys. It stockpiles weapon supplies every 30 seconds that can be used instantly to produce gunpowder units. So it comes out with lots of siege units as well. I think you can get mostly gunpowder, but you can produce a unique unit. The Ozutsu, a unique heavy ranged gunpowder infantry with siege damage. And it also allows access to Revolta. Now the crazy thing about this is that you get these units for free. You basically get like tickets from like the old Golden Gate for the Rus. But super exciting. Now we're just going to see, we spotted him. He's trying to sneak his way out with that before I could catch him. Shinto Priest taking it out. Where's he going to go with it? Okay, it's going to go with the forge there. Probably increases the gather speed, right? It's been boosted. Oh, hello. What's this? Generating 25 gold every every 15 seconds, I think that was, or every 20 seconds? Every 20 seconds, yeah. Generating gold every 20 seconds. Holy moly, that's such a really nice bonus. Especially because it spawns many of them, right, over time. Oh, that's really cool. It looks like 25 gold per minute. Nice, nice, nice. Balanced projectiles coming in for Aussie Drongo. Looking ready to fight almost. It's got 96 military versus 55. Kenoki's got to be careful here. Another farming transition coming in for Aussie Drongo. His economy is looking strong, and it's only going to get stronger. There is a Revolder Queen. That could dish out damage. Oh no, I don't like this addition. I really don't, because I don't like this choice. Because the Revolder Queen kind of gets smashed by ranged units, and there's a lot of Chukunu there, right? Low ranged armor on this guy. I'm not a fan. Let's take a look at the Tanegashima gunship. There's the Ozutsu. Alright, well, looks like Drongo's going to get the Sacred Sites. Get a bit of gold trickling from them. There's a Shaolin Monk. Now, this is such a cool unit because it's not just a unit that just acts as a monk to catch Sacred Sites and just relics. It actually can fight. It's actually got combat capabilities. Kind of cool. The thing is, it can't heal other units, which is kind of different from the other civilizations. It can heal themselves, but it's strong against ranged units. It's such a cool unit, actually. I would love to see its attack animation, I've got to say. Wonder how it fights. Probably hits with a stick, maybe. Who knows? It's pretty cool. Imperial Age coming in with the Temple of the Sun here for Aussie Drongo. Now, this is a cool landmark. It's like a passive activatable... Well, you can activate different abilities and it runs passively for the faction. You can improve your speed of infantry units, I believe. Once it's built, we'll take a look at the specifics. But I quite like this one as a landmark. I gotta say, there we are. There's the 4 abilities you can toggle between. Infantry units move 15% faster. You can get the Divine Defense, where gunpowder units and defensive structures gain 1+ range. Cavalry units deal 20% damage. That's a really nice upgrade if you're going to go for heavy cavalry. And Divine Vitality uses, units out of combat heal 2 health per second. Now, you can actually change this like interchangeably. So, say you take a big fight, you want to head back and you want to heal up. It's always an option. Now, I told you guys, Sultan's Ascent bringing you new mechanics. It's going to be absolutely fun to discover how these civilizations play and the mechanics involved. Looks like both players, though, they are teeing off for a big fight to come in soon. Looks like Kenoki's had enough of waiting around, though. I don't blame him. They're going to get a keep in the middle. On that sacred site in the middle. Not a bad idea, considering he's got the north and south sacred sites, Aussie Drongo. Kenoki will need to defend this sacred site. And that gold, potentially. Aussie Drongo kind of beat him to it, though. Might take the... Alright, yeah, he spots it. Drongo, he backs off for now. The keep is going to be dropped, and Drongo might just look to get his army in position now. To follow this carefully. Going to take out that outpost. Oh, there's the Ozutsu. Take a look at these. Heavy range gunpowder infantry. Take a look at the stats. 40 ranged attack. 130 damage versus buildings. That's absolutely insane. Especially because it's ranged unit, right? That guy. Ozutsu. Damn, they look so good. Holy smokes. Guys, take a look at that. It's incredible. Oh boy. Can't wait to see that in action. The castle goes up. That's such a nice, unique landmark. Or a nice, unique structure, rather. Alright, we're going to take the engagement here. Looks like Drongo is going to... Yep, he's going to fight with the spearmen around that gold vein. Nesta Bees gets a huge attack on those Ashigaru. They absolutely tremble in their boots to the fireworks show. Oh, they're absolutely getting melted. And that takes a lot of the army out there for the Japanese. He's coming in with the mounted samurai, I believe. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, elite mounted samurai on the Chukunu. But they're getting absolutely swept and taken to pieces. The elite Chukunu getting so much value. Added a couple of grenadiers as well. Does eventually take out the Nesta Bees, but it got so much value. The Chukunu numbers looking so heavy. Oh, those Ashigaru are not going to be able to cope. Not against these elite Chukunu. There's also a couple of grenadiers. Revolder Queen coming in too late because it's absolutely sniped. We talked about it earlier. The Revolder Queen. There was no place for the Revolder Queen here today. There's almost no place for the Japanese anymore in this game because they're getting wiped out. And now all of a sudden, Kenoki is down to 23 military. Most of it's probably at home defending because he's kind of have to build up another wave of units. Mostly going for the elite mounted samurai. I don't hate it. I don't hate that choice at all. He's going to have to back off with those villages in that central location because the keep might be going down. Now, it's actually kind of cool. It actually has a powerful rocket. Take a look at that. 82 rocket damage ranged. That's pretty impressive. But there is a bombard for Aussie Drongo going on the scattered formation with his Chukunu, making sure they stay alive, and he's looking good, I gotta say. Kenoki, though, staying pretty well on his village count comparatively. I wonder if he actually dropped a second town centre at any point. Doesn't seem like it. In any case, it doesn't matter because here's the engagement. Oh, the Chukunu's going to head forward with the protection. Oh, we're getting smashed, though. Oh, no, he'll be fine, he'll be fine. Doesn't do all that much damage to the Chukunu. The Chukunu are absolutely melting the forge, and then it's going to work on the keep. There's a bombard on the back of that, and this is looking bad for Kenoki. I don't think he survives this. And the keep will go down. 5,500 HP on this guy. In the south, could be a big raid. Looking to get a keep here. Jushu's legacy. Gonna get a keep. Yeah, that's going to go up faster, I think, for Aussie Drongo. Kenoki might be in trouble here. He might be in trouble. He might lose a lot of villagers. The keep goes down in the middle, and now all of a sudden, Aussie Drongo is moving down the center of the map. The Ozutsu gonna get caught in the... Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Need to keep those guys alive if he can. He's going to take the big fight. The cavalry do ride in, but there are spearmen on hand if Aussie Drongo takes the engagement. The Ozutsu on the back line with the Ashigaru. The Grenadiers are there for the Chinese, especially protecting those Chukunu. A couple of spearmen coming in from the back line. They're going to need to try and take the cavalry if they can. The cavalry goes down for Japanese, and that will be a big, big problem. The Chukunu going to come out on top, I feel. The Ozutsu, not enough, I don't think. This is looking bad. This is looking terrible for Kenoki. He is down to 20... Well, it's 16. 16 military. It's not going to be enough. He's going to lose his cavalry that come out from the stables, and the Chukunus might just start to take out the production. And if they don't, the Great Bombard, or the regular Bombard, I should say, the regular Bombard will. I'm thinking about the Ottomans, but it's because of the green color. But this is a problem now because the any new units for Kenoki are going to get absolutely sniped, and the Chukunu just picking off villagers that are on the farms. I'm afraid the Bannerman dies, and now it's going to be the production behind that. Can take out some of the farms as well. Aussie Drongo in a good position. The Japanese struggling. They are on 6 military. I think this game is over. 94 economy versus 64. Aussie Drongo taking the game to the Japanese using Jushi's legacy. The Bombard working hard on taking the production out, and it feels like an insurmountable task here for Kenoki. I think he's going to tap out soon because of the Chukunu. They're just so powerful, and they're better than the Chinese one. They don't need Song Dynasty to be trained, and Aussie Drongo will be a happy man because he's got himself a fantastic unit, his favorite unit, and he's making some good builds with them. And he's taking the victory on Dry Arabia. The Japanese fall to Jushi's legacy. Aussie Drongo must have a grin on his face. He's going to absolutely love the new Chukunu. Hope you guys loved this match. And if you did, do give the video a thumbs up. Take care and see you next time.